There are some very, very bold predictions for 2023. One of the things that's going around is ICE 9, banking freeze. Jim Rickards, about 2 years ago, brought this up, and he writes about it in his book. ICE 9, the banking freeze, is when banks shut down all the banking system. And now how could this potentially happen? As he explains, link in my bio, I show you the YouTube video where he explains that it happens when there's a catalyst with one specific bank or specific institution. When a specific institution shuts down, that causes a ripple effect. And that ripple effect happens so fast that all banks have to shut down to stop and mitigate the bank runs and the liquidity crisis. The fact is, our banking system is in a liquidity crisis. That's why China, Russia, America, and a lot of central banks have been stacking gold. And that's why a lot of these very wealthy people are stacking land. So on Twitter, Vandal Black Swan Capitalist showed a video 2 years later, just recently, around a retired asset manager or retired banker that talks about ICE 9 once again. So what he says is ICE 9, all of a sudden they shut down all the banks, boom, you wake up with a central bank digital currency. Now, you've heard me talk a lot about this. I'm not sure if I think that's going to happen, but I do know a central bank digital currency is coming. And what he states is that it'll be 1-to-1 when you wake up with your central bank digital currency. So if you have $300 in your account, they'll say, okay, good, you have $300 in your CBDC, transfer it over. They will also give you a cool little pump in your bank account, maybe $3,000, $5,000 to get you started to keep the people happy. But those who have large amounts of wealth will have an IOU in the future for the 1-to-1 transfer. So if you have $1 million, 10 million, hundreds of thousands of dollars, they may say you'll get a certain amount and it will give you an IO in the future, and you know you're never going to get that money. Here's what I do know, is that right now, as we speak, central banks and countries are moving into a central bank digital currency. America is testing the digital dollar right now with large institutions. It's happening right now. We are in a liquidity crisis as a world. America's debt to income ratio is negative. And I truly believe in my heart we're moving back to an asset-backed currency in a digital currency type of way. And we need liquidity. XRP, XLM, cryptocurrency, blockchain, things like that provide massive amounts of liquidity, specifically XRP. So comment here, do you think something like ICE 9 could happen in America or globally? So I'm invested in fundamental cryptos, precious metals, leveraged life insurance, and I'm diversified heavily in business. And next is getting into land and physical structures. Warriors, let's get your shit together.